Have you ever rushed to help someone out of pain, only to find yourself drained, confused, or even resented afterward? Have you ever believed that being compassionate means saying yes to every cry for help, only to slowly lose yourself in the process? Welcome back to the channel where we dig beneath the surface of good intentions and dive into the truth of what it really means to live wisely, love deeply, and serve without losing yourself. Today, we're exploring a topic that may challenge your ideas of what it means to be a good person. It's about sympathy, more precisely, excessive sympathy, and how what looks like kindness on the outside can quietly become the root of suffering for both others and yourself. In a world where empathy is celebrated, where helping others is seen as a universal virtue, it might sound almost blasphemous to question the instinct to rescue. But this video is not about being cold or selfish. It's about becoming truly helpful. It's about waking up from the illusion that pity is love, and realizing that sometimes the most compassionate thing you can do is to stop trying to fix someone. Let's begin with a simple story. A woman named Sarah devoted her life to helping others. She was the go-to friend when people were in crisis. She stayed up late comforting others, lent money even when she didn't have enough, volunteered at multiple organizations, and constantly put others before herself. To everyone around her, she was an angel. But behind closed doors, Sarah was exhausted. She felt emotionally hollow, physically sick, and secretly resentful. She never had time for herself. Her relationships were falling apart, and deep down, she began to feel unappreciated and invisible. One day, during a therapy session, where a therapist said, "You're not helping people, we're trying to save them, and you're destroying yourself in the process." That sentence cracked her world open. Sarah realized that her urge to help wasn't always pure. Sometimes it was driven by guilt, by fear of being unloved, by a need to be needed, and most painfully, she saw how many people she helped never actually changed. In fact, some became more dependent, more entitled, and even more manipulative. That's when she learned the difference between compassion and codependency. Compassion uplifts us. Codependency entangles us. Compassion empowers others to heal themselves. Codependency says, "You can survive without me." And here's the trap: excessive sympathy often masquerades as virtue. You feel noble, you feel useful, you feel morally superior. But beneath it lies a subtle form of control, the belief that others are weak, broken, and need you to save them. This doesn't just harm you, it disempowers them. You may have heard the phrase, "Give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime." But what if your sense of self-worth is so wrapped up in feeding that you never stop to teach? What if deep down, you're afraid that if they don't need you, they won't love you? Let's take this deeper. True compassion is rooted in wisdom. It doesn't always look nice. It doesn't always say yes. Sometimes it sets boundaries. Sometimes it walks away. Sometimes it lets people fall so they can learn to rise. Imagine someone drowning in a river. You jump in to save them, but you never learn to swim. You're both drowning. That's what happens when you help without clarity. But if you've trained yourself, anchored yourself, strengthened yourself, you can throw them a rope instead of sacrificing your own life. That's real service. There's a Buddhist parable that says, if a blind man leads another blind man, both will fall into a ditch. Many people are leading with good hearts, but blind minds are reacting emotionally, without discernment, and in doing so, they create more suffering. Let's pause there. Have you ever tried to help someone repeatedly, only to see them ignore your advice, continue destructive behaviors, or even turn against you? That's not uncommon. Because not everyone wants to be saved. Some people are attached to their pain. Some people use suffering to get attention, avoid responsibility, or manipulate others. And unless you see this clearly, you will keep pouring your energy into a black hole and wonder why you feel so empty. Let's be clear, this is not about becoming cynical. It's about becoming conscious. True compassion is fierce. It sees clearly. It loves deeply. But it does not enable dysfunction. One monk once said, "Compassion without wisdom is like a boat with no oars. It may drift with good intention, but it has no direction." So how do you develop wise compassion? First, know your own limits. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's strategic. The more grounded, healthy, and clear you are, the more powerful your service becomes. Second, observe the motivation behind your help. Are you helping because you truly want to empower? Or are you helping because you're afraid of being disliked, rejected, or irrelevant? Third, respect other people's journeys. Everyone has their own lessons to learn. Sometimes, the best way to support someone is not to interfere. Spiritual teacher once said, "Stop interrupting people's karma." It sounds harsh, but think about it. If someone keeps making the same mistake, and you keep rescuing them, how will they ever learn? Sometimes, the most compassionate act is silence. Sometimes, it's saying, "I trust that you can handle this." Sometimes, it's walking away with love. This is especially important in relationships, romantic, familial, or friendships. So many people stay in toxic dynamics because they believe, if I just love them enough, they'll change. But you are not responsible for someone else's transformation. You can inspire, you can support, but you cannot do their work for them. And often, your attempt to carry someone else actually prevents them from discovering their own strength. Let me tell you about a man named David. David's brother struggled with addiction for years. He bailed him out of jail, paid for rehab, gave him a place to stay, covered his debts again and again. Each time, he hoped this would be the turning point. But each time, his brother relapsed. Finally, David stopped. He didn't stop loving, but he stopped rescuing. He told his brother, "I love you, believe in you, but I will no longer fund your distraction." It was the hardest thing he ever did. His brother was angry. The family judged him. About a year later, his brother had rock bottom and chose recovery on his own. Today, they have a better relationship than ever. Because David chose real love over comfort. He chose strength over sentimentality. And that choice changed everything. This is what it means to serve wisely. It means seeing others not as helpless, but as powerful. It means helping not to feel good, but to do good. It means loving fiercely, but not foolishly. So if you've been trapped in the cycle of overgiving, ask yourself, what am I really seeking? Am I helping from love or from fear? And am I willing to let go of the savior role and embrace true presence instead? Because sometimes, the most powerful words are not, "I'll fix this for you," but, "I'm here with you, and I believe you can face this." That's love. That's respect. That's compassion rooted in truth. And that, my friends, is the path to real freedom for them and for you. If this video spoke to you, if you've ever struggled with being too nice, or felt burned out from always helping, share your story below. Let's talk about the difference between healthy service and self-sacrifice. Let's build a community of conscious compassion, not emotional codependency. If you found value here, like this video, subscribe for more heart-opening content, and turn on notifications so you never miss another conversation like this. If you'd like to support our message, consider becoming a member. It helps us keep creating and growing together. Thank you for watching this video. May your heart be wise, your love be strong, and your boundaries be clear. We'll see you in the next one.